Game time.
It's game time. This is now a gambling and sports betting podcast exclusively.
We're going to have, in the next couple of years, a lot of sponsorships, and we're going to have to decide which app we want to go with.
Right. I think I like FanDuel the best.
Yeah,
I mean, I only use FanDuel on DraftKings. So
FanDuel's the best because they just have the best interface. That's what I like the most about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cheers, dude.
Cheers. Shout out to Blue Point.
Yeah. The other sponsor.
Toasted Lager.
Unofficial. I love wearing black shirts on the podcast because they make me look so much more slim.
Right. You look mad tan because you went to
St. Martin.
St. Martin.
Yeah, I didn't notice really until now, but damn.
Yeah.
Got some good color.
You're tan as hell.
Tan as hell, dude. It was such an amazing time.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to share a story that happened, which was kind of crazy. And I feel like I could share it here because nobody listens to this, which is good.
Yeah.
So that's why I could share a really personal
We can
story.
get a little zany.
Yeah. So in this trip, I went with my boo. And obviously, we wanted to do, some honey cute things, some shit on our trip. So we found this like beautiful resort. And I don't know if you want to pull it up really quick.
Sure.
It's called Lotier Farms, Lotier.
Lotier.
Yeah, Lotier Farms in St. Martin. And it is like a tropical paradise in the jungle. Like I would like say couples retreat-esque. Like literally within the mountains, like spas, pool. It's like a getaway, like an oasis. So like you can go hiking. Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, that's pretty.
You can go hiking. You can rent cabins. You can get fucked up. We got fucked up. The food is great. Yeah, it's crazy. Really nice time. So we went into the hiking trail, which is like the biggest mountain in St. Martin. And it was really good, really nice. Had a really great time. And I swear to God, halfway up the mountain, like literally perfectly halfway up, my pants completely rip.
Whoa. Like
from
SpongeBob style?
SpongeBob style. And by the way, I'm wearing a bathing suit, so I'm not wearing underwear. So it's just full blown everything out.
Ass, balls.
There's nobody on this hike besides me and Kat. We got there early enough, so it's just us the entire way. So like I'm not even worried about that. But like I'm scared. Like there are monkeys. There's snakes.
They're gonna fuck you in the butt.
They're gonna fuck you in the butt. They're gonna rip my balls off.
Yeah, you're exposed.
Yeah, it's so exposed. And I swear, every step it was a not an easy hike. Like there was some real you got to raise your leg to get up on the next.
Some serious chafing.
Not only chafing, just like dangle. It wasn't fun. It was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, people talk about being naked like you're being free. I almost feel like there's too much. Like there's just stuff hanging.
Yeah.
It's like you're just flopping.
I like to be controlled, which is why this podcast is sponsored by Sheath Underwear.
Sheath Underwear.
I wish I had my sheath on.
You didn't have your dick and ball pouch.
If my pants ripped and I had on sheath underwear, it wouldn't even have been like an issue. But anyway, so I had to spend the next.
Wait, it wasn't. You didn't have those types of swim trunks where there's like the mesh.
No, so I like.
You were exposed.
I get them without the netting because I hate the mesh.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It just feels uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think once I'm like in the pool, it's like pretty gross feeling.
Yeah,
but I see the point now.
Yeah, now it makes perfect sense. But so I spent the next 45 minutes to an hour, but it was beautiful views at the top. Literally, the mountain behind this is where we were climbing. Yeah, I'm sure if you put in hiking trail afterwards, you'd see it. But it was a good fucking walk, You can stick it behind you if you want. Also, it's like we got some room up here too.
Oh,
yeah, not too bad, right?
Wow, that's ingenuity. Anyway, hiking trail.
But yeah, so big ass hike, crazy. So it was nuts. Yeah.
And so did you? Yeah. This was halfway up that your pants ripped.
Yes. So
you guys still went for it.
Yeah.
I love that.
I wasn't going to stop, and
that's a gorgeous view.
Yeah, it's so nice. I'll show you the pictures. It's exactly where we were. That's where I realized where I have never been more exposed at such a higher altitude in my entire life.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I've never had my ass or balls out outdoors.
Oh, dude, full ass and ball out is the worst.
Outdoors.
The balls is the worst part. The ass is fine because you sweat anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that so it's just like such a beautiful paradise there.
Right.
It's amazing.
And you guys took full advantage despite having ripped pants.
Well, I ended up buying, when I got back down the mountain, another pair of a bathing suit. And this is on the French part of the island, so they only have like French style bathing suits.
Oh,
So the biggest,
let's go. You had a Speedo.
No, I wasn't. First of all, I was not rocking a Speedo.
Oh, okay.
I was like, Kat, find me the biggest pair of shorts that they have. I shit you not. The shorts that I'm wearing right now are an exaggeration of significantly longer. They're like they were like up to here.
Let's go.
And they were cut all the way up to the side.
Yeah.
So it was nuts.
Yeah.
I was laying there and I felt like I just like any wrong move and a ball would fall out.
Yeah.
I felt more secure in my ripped bathing suit, basically.
That's wild.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a sick time. We had so much fun. And
did you guys go ziplining?
we did not go ziplining. It actually wasn't open while we were there. It kind of sucks. But they have a gnarly zip line, like one of the biggest in the world.
Whoa.
Yeah, like it goes through from one mountaintop to another.
Did you keep the French style shorts?
Yeah, I got them. They're probably in that bag over there.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's the travel bag that was sitting there.
That's also the bag that Steven got me.
That's a nice ass bag.
It's so
shout out to Steven.
Yeah, shout out to him. Because also on the sides of them, they have sneaker compartments. So I can just stick my shoes in them and it's so easy to travel. But yeah, and the best part about this island is like it's fairly affordable, especially when you travel with like groups. And you've definitely seen this before. Maho Beach, Maho. It's legitimately the craziest, most gnarly view I've ever seen in my life. So like
what?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen these on like fucking like Watch Mojo top 10s or something like that.
Exactly. So I don't know if you want to like the restaurant, literally those restaurants on the ends of the beaches is like where we were eating right before. Holy shit. I've never seen anything crazy. Mind, I didn't see a 757. Did not see a 757, even though we took off on one. But that shit is so casual there. I mean, like,
is it not loud as hell?
Loud as fucking all hell.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's not a beach. That's a great picture. It's not a beach where you casually relax on, you know?
Okay. So these people are kind of crazy, the ones that are just like sitting there like that.
Yeah. You're in a case. But so yeah, and also the ocean current is so strong. It crashes and takes people out all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy because the water looks so like crystal clear and like calm.
Fucking beautiful, dude. I've never seen water that blue in my entire life.
Yeah,
it was such an unexpected trip, but holy crap, was it like refreshing.
Yeah, probably beats Denver. I mean, it would have been so cold over there.
I was not like, listen, I want to go there obviously because I want to experience it, but I was not keen on it over this. This is, I mean, I would go back here in a heartbeat, especially because you can fly direct there.
Oh, really?
It's not that expensive.
Huh.
Yeah. You can get a round trip for less than $300.
Wow.
And if you're using miles, which I use for everything. By the way, I'm becoming such a credit card maximalist where like I'm finding out the best benefits for all of these cards and then utilizing the values.
You got like a spreadsheet or something, or you just not
a spreadsheet. I have like notes of like what
This
what
one
gives me what. But to a point now, I understand what I'm using because I'm only doing so many things.
Right,
you know what I mean? Food, going out to eat, paying bills, rent. Well, rent I consider separate because it's this whole thing. But like all of those things, and you could use your certain cards to get like the most value back.
Right. I know Chase Freedom Unlimited is 3% back on restaurants and like dining.
Yep.
And so I use that one. Shout out to Kevin Hart.
I use Apple Card for all Uber and what's it called? All Uber and Uber Eats purchases.
Oh, okay.
Because it gets me 3% back on all of them, which is nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then I just got the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and that is after you spend like a couple grand in the first month, you get like 75,000 Chase points back, which is $750.
Wow.
Which is nice to get.
Just like a free $750.
And so I just throw rent on it for 1 month, and I get it right back.
And then you're chilling.
Yeah. Don't come after me, Jamie Dimon, please. Thank you.
Who's Jamie Dimon? Oh,
he's the CEO of Chase. Mind you, I my nose. My bad.
Damn, get in there.
I had a good one, dude. People are gonna save that one.
That's meaty. But yeah, Well, never understood miles. Like I understand cashback rewards.
Miles.
People always talk about miles, but I don't get what those are. Those
So
just
think of miles as cashback rewards.
oh, you're just
Turn-
using it for flights.
Right. Yeah. Think of them. Yeah. Exactly. So think
Uh-huh.
of like every airline has their own version of miles and how you could use them.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Delta Sky Miles,
Oh,
which I like the most through American Express.
Mm.
Shout out Kat. She hooked it up.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Nice. And basically, like you get. I mean, I think it's $1,000 spent gives you. I think $1,000 spent gives you 1,000 points. So it's
Okay.
like but it's not like a point is worth $1. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right.
So like
It's like-
1,000 points is like I think it's $50.
Oh,
Not
okay.
sure.
Well, what a weird ratio.
No, it might be more. It might be less actually. I think 1,000 might be 10.
Mm.
Yeah, I think 1,000 might be 10. No, 1,000 is 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, you get a good amount of miles back the more you use that card. And I use it towards every Delta flight. So you book through Delta,
Yeah.
and they subtract how many miles in equivalence to what it is worth in dollars
Oh,
towards your
okay.
flights.
Yeah.
So I just find it like I don't use cash back
And you've been a frequent flyer as of recent, at least.
for Delta, yeah. And
Yeah.
I really want to get to the fucking like gold or platinum status because then you could use the lounges in all of the airports around the world.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so nice, yeah.
Those are cool.
Everything is free.
Uh huh.
They know you're
I always wondered like what those were like inside.
the Delta. Let's look up the
Credit card lounge.
No. You can like Delta Sky Lounge or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah,
Delta Sky Lounge.
because I think you have to spend $25,000 in the
Wow.
first 3 years
It's probably just all like
business travel.
like middle-aged businessmen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And women.
It's kind of nice though.
I don't discriminate. Yeah, that is nice. That's huge. I thought it was like a small room.
No, they're very big. They're always very luxurious.
Huh.
In Atlanta, wow. LaGuardia, Jesus Christ.
Oh man. It definitely looks like LaGuardia,
Yeah, it
actually.
looks like shit. JFK, that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's like open.
So I think in order to get access to that, you have to be a platinum member.
Okay.
And I know with gold, you have to spend at least 10 grand, and platinum is 25. But the best perk about it though is like you're basically treated. You get first class service in the sense that you can board first.
Mm-hmm.
You get upgrades for free on a lot of flights. So if they have room for you, they'll upgrade you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of trying to be a loyal hoe to Delta.
Yeah.
You know.
It seems like one of those things where it's like, it's not about getting a deal. It's about getting like the nice luxury.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Being able to.
And that's what I tell everybody. I will never fly like Spirit like again.
Oh,
Because number one,
yeah.
they nickel and dime you after your cheap ticket to the point where it's just slightly less expensive, if not the same price as wherever you're flying you could fly with.
Okay.
Number two, the service is like truly insanity. The people they hire are former mental patients. Like they have to all be.
Yeah.
It is the only the lowest tier of people fly it. Like
Wow.
honestly.
Yeah.
I've flown it before, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm just never doing it again.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson. I rather pay.
Is it like MTA workers?
Yeah,
at
it's
the fucking-
I would say I'd prefer
Spirit?
it's the closest thing to the subway in the sky, like
Yeah.
without a doubt. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Whoa.
Because like you don't get free stuff on the flight, you don't get a free bag check, you don't get a free bag overhead. The only bag you get free is the one you put under your seat. Like with Delta, with JFK.
Yeah, I know JetBlue started doing that too. You have to like pay for a little bit more for like the ticket that actually gets you carry on.
Yeah, so
It's
they
like,
give
what the
you
fuck?
but that's the
I
thing.
need carry on.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What are you gonna do?
But that's what they do now is they give you the option to fly as cheap as possible. So like you can pay for the sky that ticket without that bag is closer to the Spirit ticket.
Okay.
Because you're not paying for the bag. 'Cause that's where Spirit gets you. It's like they sell you the ticket if you can bring a fucking handkerchief
Yeah.
and anything you can fit in your pocket. You know
Right.
what I mean?
It's great for homeless people.
It is great for
or
homeless
just
people.
want to hit a flight, go somewhere far away.
So, but I love Delta. I mean, I definitely wouldn't fly. I love JetBlue. United is great. I really want to fly Emirates.
Oh, really?
I wonder how much a flight from JFK or LaGuardia to Dubai is.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, Emirates is gonna be 25 grand first class.
Yeah.
Is that a round trip?
Yeah.
Connecting
This is economy.
$600. Damn.
600.
You gotta fly. You gotta go through.
I don't. I hear Dubai is like it's nice, like it looks nice, but it's actually like pretty shitty. It's like if you went to like a nice,
the way I
like a white trash kind of vibe almost. I mean, they're not white, but
well, the people around the city are very poor, and Dubai itself is like very affluent and wealthy because it's like a lot of the people store their money there around the world because there's like a lot of tax incentives, I think, to put your money there. But yeah, that city is just a paradise for tourism and people who are like rich oil tycoons.
Yeah, like sorry, go ahead.
No, you were gonna say.
Oh, the Burj Khalifa doesn't have a sewage system.
It's insanity.
It's so crazy.
It was built in 2015, something like that, 2014.
They like have a truck that picks up the shit like every morning.
I don't fucking get it. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, they could have made a brand new city and been the best thing ever, and they just didn't.
Yeah, I watched this, and by the way, something I'm totally getting into is like YouTube documentaries. Like these YouTubers just put together like the most incredible. They put together content that I would imagine multi-million-dollar budgets from film studios couldn't put together from their home. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Did you watch 9/11, the new Pearl Harbor, the one that Tim Dillon?
No, but I really want
6-hour doc.
I really want to watch it. I would love to fucking do shrooms and watch that shit.
I want to watch it, but at the same time, I don't because I just don't want to be that red pilled. Like I don't want to be the guy who's like
at every party.
At
every party, he's like, "Well, the MK Ultra is her hand."
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say I watched something in regards to just China and new form colonization, and this form. I mean, first of all, you got to hand it to them. They are so good at controlling what they control,
right?
In the sense that they can just afford to take on billions, if not trillions of dollars of debt from all of these countries around them in promise of great new infrastructure and business and development, when in reality, like, number one, like that level of commerce doesn't exist for those countries yet, and number two, the only reason China is doing it is to basically force that entire country to be indebted, their entire GDP.
They're like their bitch.
Yeah, basically. So, and another thing that this documentary highlights that I've always thought about is...
What's the name of it again? Sorry.
I don't remember. I can go into my YouTube history and I can show you in a second.
Yeah, it's all good.
But it was just like, I think it was like China the New Frontier. I'm not sure.
I hear they like run Africa.
Yeah, go on. It's on YouTube. So I mean, if you want to pull it up on YouTube, they do basically run Africa, but it's from... how they describe it, not Power and Prosperity. It came out in 2021. Oh, no, not the second one.
Let's see.
Could you, go through the menu. It's not
A New World Order.
It's the DW documentary one.
Oh, this one. Surveillance State or Way of the Future?
No, the one below it.
Oh. China's competition for living space.
Yeah. So it talks
like their real estate market or something.
Yeah, right? And it talks about like how quickly they're able to build, and then later into this documentary, it goes into a little bit about how they're able to do it in other countries at an even faster pace because these countries are it's like reverse taxation almost. Like China is bringing their people in to do the work, and the government in that country is subsidizing China to come in and do that work, basically. So it's like China's getting paid for something that they're still going to get paid for on the back end, and this country's just like, well, we'll take something shiny and new. Yeah, just like you bought the 4K new camera. You're like, I want the 4K new camera. I don't care what it costs me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's also big news. Well, I guess not that big.
Oh, it's
because nobody watches.
It's fucking big.
But we're gonna get a little more high quality. And,
over the next 3 years, all 30 of you,
all 30 of you guys will be enjoying us in 4K next episode. I don't even own a 4K. Well, I guess I have a 4K TV, but
let me get another beer.
Yeah, please do, brother.
So nice, 4K quality.
Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy though. China's so interesting to me because they're... Oh, dude, thanks. I need to down this one. Oh, is this one yours?
Oh, it's mine. My bad.
Damn, you tangled me, bro. Got me all tangled up. Entanglements. Well, Willard Smith.
You were saying
China's so crazy to me. It's just like they're just so different from the way we live and everything. And but it's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because I was watching this thing recently about Edward Gaming was that League of Legends esports team. When they won, they were the underdog. So people in China were going crazy.
Right.
Wait, let me see if I can pull it up. Actually, it is. You would think it was like the biggest sport in the world.
Right. Well, I mean, esports over there. I mean, again, unlike over here,
Mm-hmm.
it's very It's obviously huge. I would say, like, what's the biggest sport in China?
The biggest sport. I actually have no idea.
You can look it up after this.
No, this is small. This doesn't look. There was one where it was like people on the street,
Mm-hmm.
and it was crazy. Maybe this is it.
So they won Worlds?
Oh, here. Yeah, they won Worlds. Oh no, this is like a dorm. No, maybe it's. It
That's
looks so
crazy.
much bigger in the other one, but that's still like pretty huge.
Yeah, over a game.
Over a video game, it sounds like a soccer.
Yeah.
Like when people win in soccer.
It sounds like the Knicks after they win one game.
Yeah. Fuck Tom Brady.
Fuck Tom
fuck,
Brady,
I
where
forgot
my
to pull it
bread
up.
at?
Whatever. Okay.
What did you say?
I forgot to show the video.
Fuck you, motherfuckers.
It's okay.
You're
It'll
good.
be all right.
But yeah, no, it's just the authoritarianism allows them to decide and do things over a much longer period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, us here in America, we're constantly figuring out, like, how do we survive what's next and all these little things. And we're worried about things that basically don't matter in the real world. And, you know.
I can really appreciate how like we don't really do anything, right?
Yeah.
But they have like their small group of people that decide everything. So
Yeah.
if they want something done, they just do
They
it.
get it done.
They
Yeah.
get it done.
Whether or not
we
the
have
people
like
want it, though.
gridlock and yeah, that's true.
Not that I'm pro. I don't want total. I don't
We
want
need the-
communism. I don't want to.
I watched Your Mom's House once, and they were talking about Philosopher King, where you have like one king who just like is really smart and makes all the decisions
Yeah.
for the best of the people.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that either.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people thought that was Trump, which is like scary to think about.
Oh god, yeah.
So
that's
many
scary.
people thought Trump was fucking God.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary if you leave things to the general population. It'll like
Yeah, it makes you wonder: should the general population be allowed to vote?
yeah. I mean, right now people don't. The general population doesn't have a say, right? Like, I mean, they do, but if the Democratic
If
Party
they had
wants,
to say Bernie Sanders would have won in 2016.
exactly.
The people loves him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether you like his views or not, he was at least true to who he was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not Hillary Clinton crying 5 years later on fucking Rachel Maddow about her old victory speech she would have read if she beat Trump.
Yeah, so awkward.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's
Um,
really weird.
So anyway, back to China. I was watching a documentary on. Well, I guess they're tangential, but it's North Korea, and it was this Brazilian guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was just this Brazilian YouTuber, and the whole thing's in Portuguese, but it was still really entertaining
For
because he
you
was just like,
especially, because you can understand it.
yeah, exactly. And he's just talking about his like experience. He went on like one of those tourist. You can go on like a tourist trip to North Korea.
As an American?
It'll probably be a lot harder. Like there'll
have
be
to
certain
go-
areas you won't get access to and stuff, but you can still visit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take the risk after the what's it called? That guy who got that guy was an idiot.
Right. That kid, he like
Got arrested
stole a
for stealing-
poster or something.
for stealing a poster. That fucking moron. man.
Yeah. North Korea American student. Oh, Otto Warmbier.
Yep.
Just some fucking college student fool. He was 22. Anyway, it was really crazy because they have what do you call those like warships that the U.S. has? I guess it was like a naval ship, and it was like the only one they've commandeered, and it's like a tourist site. And you go, and they tell you stories of how like they defeated the Americans, and like it's just like complete. Like if you know any like small bit of U.S. history or world history,
nuts.
you would know it's just like false.
Yeah, if I had another passport, I would love to go, but I'm just scared to go as an American citizen.
I mean, I would be scared to go even as a, like I could use the Brazilian passport, I guess, but
Do you have one?
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, it's
You're
pretty
a dual
chill.
citizen.
Yeah, I'm dual. I'm doubled up.
You're double cheeked up, double citied up.
Yeah. But it's not like I would use it like anywhere that accepts the US is generally going to be pretty chill.
You know what's crazy? Speaking of just, being citied up, the cost of like COVID tests here, like in the city specifically, like they're free because they're sponsored by obviously all the companies and they're put into all of these healthcare units and they want to stay there. And I guess it's the city that's like the city's subsidizing them to get into all of these healthcare facilities, right? Because they're not buying them at wholesale.
Well, it must be like the same thing as the vax, right?
Right, yeah, because
where it's like the person who uses it doesn't pay for it, but somebody is, right?
yeah, somebody's paying for it because
it's coming off of our fucking tax dollars.
Right, exactly. When I went to St. Martin to get a COVID test to come back into the country, they charge you for the cheapest rapid test we found was $70.
Well,
so we had to pay, which was like, I mean, obviously I'm going to get it, but this wasn't industry like a year and a half ago. Like this wasn't a market.
Yeah.
Like people weren't able to charge absorbent amount of fees on top of these tests, which take basically less than a minute to process.
Yeah,
you know
they're like
mean?
not even reliable.
They're not. Well, they are reliable because that's what people rely on. Like they're bullshit, but people, the odds of, I forgot who said. I just listened to the Rogan guest on the flight there talk about it. He was saying like the odds of somebody taking a test from a doctor and they
was it one of the Patriots, Peter McCullough or Robert?
It wasn't McCullough because I listened to McCullough again elsewhere. It was somebody after him, but he was basically.
What was his name? Sorry, go ahead. Keep talking.
He was basically saying somebody who gets a test from COVID, whatever their results are, like whether it be negative or positive, for them to self-determine it as a false negative, false positive, the odds of somebody going to get that other test, I don't think it was Lindsay, but down a little more. It might have been the McAllister guy.
Oh, God, Robert Malone. He was the one that was like,
yes, it was
really
Robert
caused.
Yes. Sorry,
he really caused a ruckus.
Yeah, and he was on. I saw him on CNN the other day.
Oh, no.
But yeah, he was saying that somebody who's given a false test, whether it be positive or negative, is not going to get another test to check that. They're going to assume that those tests are accurate.
Yeah.
And it's like, whether it be false, positive, or negative, it doesn't make a difference because people are going to assume they got what they got.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. The government is already getting rid of contact tracing.
Yep, it's already gone. They're firing people.
Yeah, they're already firing people and everything. So it's like, what was that? What did you guys just do for the last 2 years? If you're just gonna like, isn't Omicron still the thing? Are you
there more variants?
Do they know that the public has like lost interest? You know, kind of weird.
It's scary stuff, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's really scary. I mean, especially when like you have
very odd
people in your life who now operate by a different set of rules. And I think for the most part, I'm fortunate enough for like all of our friends and you, obviously, and just people we know, they're very much like, all right, it's kind of over now. I think we should just live life the way we want to live it. Yeah. You know, but I don't know why that not the vocal minority, because I guess it's a vocal majority still, are very much of this like, well, it's still very much a problem and we need to abide by all these new standards and rules and like, what are we going to do now?
They're just waiting for the next thing, right? They just want like, when are we getting the fourth?
But do you get it's almost like a form of Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, why are we waiting for something like, why are we waiting for things to happen now? Why are we trying to, why are we trying to, I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought. Like, why are we trying to prepare when we can when we knowingly prevent? Like we know what we can do and we know what the numbers say.
Yeah.
Why are we still constantly like
They're still
living
complaining
at
about the thing
mercy,
that happened.
at the mercy of this thing.
Yeah. I have some friends who was talking about this, and they're clearly like very much still like scared of the virus, and like want people to get their vaccines and everything. I have another friend who I was talking to. He made a good point. He was saying it's almost like I guess like cute how like or it's he wishes he could still have that much faith in like the institutions and the government,
Right.
you know, where it's like these people, they just, I feel like a lot of them are just like, you know, innocent people living their daily lives, and then when the government says something, they take it as fact and they roll with it, you
Very
know.
much how it's authoritarianism from there. They're just very much like submissive to it.
Right.
Like
they don't realize that the government can be wrong. Like science can be wrong.
Do you not think though that
it's
like
evolving?
inherently living in New York City though, like we are exactly that, because
Like we're just at the whim of
you surrender so much in New York, and specifically New York City when you live here, in your rights. I mean, not that I want to own anything like a gun, or not that I want to, you know, own larger pieces of property, but it's just like you don't necessarily live that ultimately free lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because any of the cities, right? Anywhere you travel to, unless you're going to like one of the red cities, but those are very, very much lower population than.
It's crazy how almost all populations are either blue or like purple.
Yeah,
like Austin, Texas is becoming a blue.
It's super blue, isn't it?
But no, well,
it's surrounded by red, but Austin itself is like
Texas.
Antifa.
Yeah, Antifa, dude. Basically.
Yeah.
It's so nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because you need to go to and live in the cities if you want to meet people, right?
Yeah, it's true.
But the cities are also full of people who like kind of just roll over to whatever the government tells them to do.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And this is why I really want to get over COVID, because that's why I want to get over COVID so I can see the real Eric Adams, which is another thing. It's like he's really made a lot of points, and because now that it's getting like,
I liked the schools.
Yeah,
he kept the schools open.
He's
those stupid Brooklyn shits. Yeah, those fucking little twats at Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Tech, fucking
Brooklyn
freaks.
They all went home, and I'm just like.
By the way, do you know what time they left?
What?
2:20.
That's
they stayed most of the day.
Most of the day.
They stayed. I was watching it on New York One. Gloria Pazmino, shout out. I love her so much. She was literally like, all of the students decided to walk out at 2:15. According to the amount, they said they left at 2:15 because they had 215 students test for COVID since coming back into the school.
Yeah,
and then they have one.
Oh my god!
You guys stayed until you guys went to lunch and came back from lunch and then left. Yeah, like it's absurd.
Yeah. It's so funny because it's like you think, oh, maybe they're scared, but no, I don't know what it is, and like it's so crazy to me, man.
No, it's not being scared. It's they're doing what they see on TV.
Right?
If they see it's I would probably be doing this. I would probably be doing the same thing at that age. Like I was very.
Yeah, I got out at 2:50 p.m. By the way.
Yeah, 3:45 after school. Like but like at the latest. Yeah. But it was like. It's almost performative, like it's theater, you know? Like how many kids have died from COVIDs in the last 6 months?
And Adams was like, nah, you guys are saying.
And it's funny because he's doing it for like not necessarily the same reasons. It's more or less just like, why are they, I don't know why schools are necessarily safer than other places. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that what they were saying? Is that
his big thing is that
schools are safer?
Schools are a safe place, and you can't contract the virus there, which is like just doesn't. I mean, like that logic to me doesn't really make much sense.
None of this. Like you can. I remember they were talking on the Hill, and they were saying how if you go in Washington D.C., if you go to a Starbucks, you can get your coffee and have it in the restaurant or like in the Starbucks if you're vaccinated. If you're unvaccinated, you have to leave the restaurant with your coffee. And it's like,
where there's a huge gap
And the
in
masks,
logic.
the masks, like nobody uses the masks,
Nobody
right?
uses the
Everybody's
masks.
constantly shipping them.
The only time I
And-
use the masks now are just 'cause it's number one, I like to wear them because it's warm.
Yeah.
And then number two,
Yeah, it's warm on the face.
aside from the subway, I don't wear them at all.
Dude, I was just thinking though, like back to the Brooklyn thing, how like if I fucking left school early, my parents would have been like, they would have just beat my ass. You know?
No, you know how it's funny you say that because you know how it would have gone down in my household. My dad would have been like, because my dad's a conservative.
Yeah.
My dad would have been like, "Oh no, listen, it's fine. I don't give a shit that you left school, but the reasoning is dumb."
Yeah,
You know, that's just how
And
it
then
would've-
you would have been talked to for the amount of time that it would have taken for you to have like just stayed
just
in
stayed
school.
in school. Exactly.
That's so
Do
funny.
you think all the kids that stayed in school were really based?
I think so. I'm sure there's like a Max Parkinson in there or something.
Yes, there.
Who knows his shit and he's just like,
It's just like, well, actually,
yeah.
hypothetically.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Um,
it's just like, I think it is on the down or on the, it's like on the decline. I think
Yeah.
by the end of this year, we won't be hearing about this shit anymore. And you can tell even like corporate interests are over it.
Yeah, I agree. And but what scares me so much is I almost specifically remember having this conversation like a year ago this time.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's the same thing. A lot has transpired in the
Right.
last year.
Right.
But I made a funny joke
Mm-hmm.
where it was like people in 2020 were like, "Yeah, you chug that shit." People in 2020 were like, "Oh my gosh, I have to wear a mask. I have to do everything. I have to get everything and go." Then people start getting vaccinated by December, January, February 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Then like the motto and towards most of 2021 is like, "All right, we're kind of beating this thing. Like, let's kind of take it easy now. We're like taking steps back." And then out of nowhere, shit just immediately kicks back up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's nothing. Mind you, deaths still have stayed very similar. Like things are consistent. Cases have gone up because people have been testing. It's simply testing so much more.
Mm-hmm.
That's why cases have gone up. And now it's like back at the end of 2021. It's like everyone with masks again, very socially distant. Be careful. Limiting things, limiting restaurants. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I know it's only been like a up, down, up.
Yeah.
But it's very much, I don't know where we've seen this. We're talking about, I mean, again, boosters are great. I think if you want to get them, go for it. I'm not getting one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, again, everybody has the choice. Do what you want to do. Everybody should have been vaccinated first to make sure you were doing the right thing.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything about it. We all got vaccinated.
Right.
But
We didn't know the vaccines didn't work.
what time is it? What time?
It's base o'clock.
It's base. Base.
Fuck, what was I gonna say?
But yeah, no.
Although I did hear the testing is less than it was during when it was like really crazy, but the
You think
cases
so?
were higher. But it's still like my thing is the hospitalizations and deaths,
Mhm.
and those are much lower,
Right.
like much lower. So it's like, what do you guys want?
Yeah, hospitals are not overrun.
When will
at
they
all.
be satiated?
It's crazy that city MDs were closing, but not because of like the risk of COVID. They were closing because they were overrun with people who were wanting to get tests.
Mm-hmm.
Like that should speak for itself right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird. Why is it so trendy to go get tested?
Bro, I've gotten tested so it's so funny that I'm following up what you just exactly said with like I've gotten tested so many times.
Yeah.
In the last like
I mean, was it required of you or like?
I got tested less during SteriClean, like all of working at SteriClean, than I have in the last 3 months.
Maybe the testing numbers, maybe the tests have gone up and they're fudging them. Not to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything, but
Yeah, no, I don't think you're a conspiracy theorist, but I
like
do think
there
that
weren't these crazy lines
I
even during
think-
the fucking peak of the pandemic.
I think just like that there's a lot of money in people getting vaccinated, I think there's even more money in people getting tested. Like these vans of people lining up around the door, like you just said, people are paying for these somehow. Okay. There's Joe Biden literally just like committed to buying 500 million more tests.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's-
Who are the testing companies? Is it also Pfizer?
no,
and stuff, or-
they're not. They're Binax. They're these other medical companies
Oh.
that are just cranking them out. Now you see them at over the counter at every single Dwayne Reed.
I feel like it's so funny because now that you're mentioning it, like people have been on both sides of Pfizer and Moderna and stuff, where they're like pushing them or against them, nobody's really talked about these testing companies. I think we're on to something. I think we gotta crack something out.
We better get new locks also, Leandro. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But like the testing companies are my biggest issue. Joe Rogan, please have me on if you're listening to this. But it's just like in New York City, I remember before my office shut down, okay, I was going to get a test with one of my coworkers, okay? In the matter of 3 blocks, okay, there were 3 testing sites in 3 blocks. We didn't go to the first 2 because they only had the antigen test. We needed rapids. And we went and got the rapid ones. At every single test, at this one specific time, testing site, at this one specific time that we went to get our tests, there were lines like you wouldn't imagine.
Yeah.
15, 20 people on these lines. Okay. The one we got to was less. It was like 6, 7 people.
Okay.
This one specific time, there's that many people. So you can imagine by the time we get tested, there's significantly more people behind us and at these other lines. This is like occupying good portions of people's days. And again, I'm just like, from a simple like logistical standpoint, this is time that didn't need to be taken up 2 years ago by people.
Yeah.
Like this is occupying so much time for people. There's obviously so much value in these tests, and you don't have to pay for them. You're just signing away all this information.
Yeah.
When you do it.
Yeah, there's like forms where you have to put your address and all that shit, right?
I've signed so much shit away. I don't care, obviously. At this point, like, you've got me.
Yeah. If they want to kill us,
my whole body's in the cookie jar. Like everything's in a cookie jar.
Right. We're fucked.
Exactly. We're fucked. Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah.
But my biggest issue is just like, I don't want to live in a world where this continues. And you just said, like, you think it's almost over. I almost don't think it's almost over. I'm almost of the belief that this is something, at least for another few years. The boosters, I mean, if we're living by the standard of Israel right now, where they're going on like 4th and 5th shots, like, it's the first time in my life I've ever disagreed with my country. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just went on a pretty good rant. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend and he was saying how like he got Johnson & Johnson and then he got 1 booster and he's like looked down on. He's looked down because he got like only Johnson? 2 while everybody's like on 3 or 4 now, you know?
First of all, he's gangster for getting Johnson & Johnson. If I could do it all over again, I would get Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah.
You know who else?
It's almost like whoever shits on, like whatever is getting shit on is almost the thing to do. Like when Shane Gillis got canceled, he's really funny.
Yeah.
When Johnson & Johnson is supposedly like, people were saying it's like the ghetto vaccine, which is like fucked up in its own right. But
that has so much racial implications behind it. Like, just the thought of saying that is like that statement alone.
It's so wrong.
It's so fucked up on a moral level. Yeah. Because number one, you're just implying that only people who are poor and don't have any means of income can get.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's just like he got those 2 and then people are just like frowning on people who got Johnson & Johnson. Maybe it's the thing that we should have gotten, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I was always big
on shot and you're done.
Well,
and the
only reason that I was happy I got Pfizer at the end of the day was because I got to go back to, because I went to the Cornell Wells hospital.
Yeah, like Cornell
on 68th and York Avenue to get my shot. And it was like the most Black Mirror luxury, like enticing.
It's a nice ass hospital.
It is not only nice.
When I was in high school, with my first girlfriend, we got condoms from there. There was this really nice lady who fucking filled a paper bag with like hundreds.
That's so funny. What a gang!
It was crazy.
Somebody's paying for those condoms too.
Yeah.
Somebody's paying for those condoms. They're paying for the COVID test and they're paying for the condoms. I'm getting rid of both.
Yeah, I'm throwing them out and burning.
Both don't work.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Okay. Get
Wells
back.
Cornell.
Get back. Okay.
Reel it in.
Just pull it in. Okay,
you gotta rein in it a little bit.
So when I remember specifically about this hospital, you walk in And from the moment you walk in, it is no longer like a free roaming, like you can go to point A, point B.
Mhm.
It is like you walk in through the revolving doors, and you now have a personal chauffeur basically to walk you to your form area where you sign your form, get your name card, walk you through the beautiful hospital, up the escalator to your private room where you get your nurse, where they introduce you, they explain what you're about to get, you get your shot, you give you your vaccination card for your first shot.
They almost made it nice.
No, dude, that's the whole thing. It was almost like a 5-star experience is how I'm describing it, because like it was dystopian.
Yeah.
They bring you into a room where they have 3 doctors, and then all the other people who had just gotten a test, like, hey, we've got snacks, we've got coffee, you got your tests, we're just going to make sure you observe you for 15 minutes, make sure everything's okay. And then you sit there, and you're like in this gorgeous, like brand new hospital that was just built, like this wing was just built in like the last 10 years, and you're like, holy fuck. Shoot me up again. Like,
Yeah.
I was so excited. I
They
remember
started giving out $100.
we got late.
Yeah.
I wanted them to, if they would have got the booster shot up to 250, I'm getting it. I don't care. I don't care.
I would do it for 250.
I would do it for
I wouldn't have done it for 100.
100's not enough.
It's not enough.
100 doesn't even pay for like my lunch for the week at this rate. It's just
Yeah,
bad.
100 is like 2 Uber rides.
Those are some good Uber rides.
Yeah, Uber X.
Uber-
right? Is that the nice one?
Yeah, 100 is like it's like 4 to 5 good Uber rides. That's how I would say it. 100 is like 2 nights. It's like 2 nights out of Ubers.
Okay.
So you know,
Gotcha.
so you go.
But isn't it like rush pricing or whatever? Surge pricing.
I'll be honest. Like surge pricing isn't. It doesn't change too much, especially like if you're leaving after midnight. Most places, like surge pricing is mostly effective when I see it, which I don't. I really use Uber Eats. I don't even use Uber that much anymore. But it's like the time after work, so like that 5 to like 7 window, and then like the morning rush where it's like 7:30 to 9:30.
Okay, gotcha.
That's when like I would say it's the most. Weekends, it's not that, especially in the city, because again, it's not Binghamton.
Nobody's going out as much as they used to, too.
And also there's such a supply of Ubers. Everybody's a fucking Uber driver.
Right.
My fucking favorite poker streamer is an Uber driver. Like, it's hilarious. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
funny. Is that the guy who like drove to New Jersey and who was just sitting in a parking lot for like?
no, that's a different guy, but isn't he hilarious? That guy's a
That guy was
super
mad
degenerate
funny.
New Yorker. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he can just stay home now, right?
Yeah, that guy.
yeah.
Well, he's a professional poker. He's a professional poker player.
Oh, nice.
That guy. Yeah.
The degenerate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's good too. I'm going to play right after this. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah. How was the last time you played? I feel like
It was good. I went down $7.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad, yeah. You know, I mean, like, again, we don't play too much when I'm amongst like people we know, and then like there's some other people I don't know. It was like a 7-person game, so it's not that
Nice.
big.
Yeah.
So like I only bought in for like 150.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's play. I went up a lot at one point, and then I kind of just like for the last 3 hours, I just bled, and then
Yeah.
we ended, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about poker though, is like you can be so good, and if you're really good, you just like even then you only kind of like bleed until you're done on a bad night.
Unless you're
on a bad
patient,
day.
man, because there really is, and again, I'm not an example of like a good. I don't think I'm a good poker player because I kind of am very impatient.
I don't know. We played that one time over,
But
I think it's Zoom or something, and you just destroyed us, and I was just like, well, I'm never playing poker again.
no, that first of all, that's bullshit. That's nothing.
It was like online. Yeah.
Well, I was happy to take some people's. I was happy to take some of the
Yeah,
people that played
take
with
their
us.
Yeah.
No, there was a few
Corn,
specific.
Sebastian.
Not Cord, not Sebastian. Didn't Philip play with us?
No,
And
no,
Larry?
No, it was just me, you, Corn, Sebastian.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different game. I played with
Damn,
Philip.
you fucking took their money too? Let's go.
Fuck them. Yeah, and I won 3 fantasy chips, boys, but chips with a dip. Yeah. Chip with a dip.
Nice.
But yeah, no. No, I'm not. I really do not. First of all, especially with like the people I play with, are definitely better, and I don't even think they're good. It's just
Right.
like there's so many. It's such levels to it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
such a nervous wreck in a casino. I don't know. Maybe I have to go back and just keep playing there because
Yeah.
like It's
And
the
you don't
only
want
way
to
you
be
get
a
better.
regular at a casino either.
No, you
though.
don't. I also, I don't want to be a regular. I like playing poker and like these type of games I'm going to later because it's casual with friends.
Right, just your bros.
And like no matter how much money I win or lose, like I don't feel bad about it because like it's people I know. And like even if I win, I know they've beaten me in the past. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So and I've won in the past.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm better at online.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because I'm scared when you're in the casino, dude, and there's like men and women too who are like way older than you who clearly have number one way more like bankroll, like these people just by in front of you. Like if you buy into a game where the minimum buy-in is $50 and you buy in $250 and the max buy-in is like $2,500, they know you're buying in for a low stack. So they already immediately know that your money is worth more to you than their money is worth to them. You know what I mean? So I'm way more likely to overthink and think about how much this is worth in front of me as opposed to like
Just focusing on the cards in the game.
exactly
So,
that.
right?
And not doing what is like I either typically do or what I should do in that sense, So there's been many times where I found myself playing. I've almost never won at a casino, being perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Like I've only played like maybe like 6 or 7 times, but it's like there's so much more of a mental factor to it that you're not considering. And especially these people talk, they're drunk, they have done this way more than you, they know you're new. Like you've got a professional, someone whose job is to deal the cards and make sure the flow of the game is like proper and nothing is wrong. So you're nervous that you make a mistake, you don't want to do something like disrespectful to the game. You've got a bunch. There's so many things.
They're almost like a referee.
Yeah.
In addition to being the dealer.
They're not only the referee, but they're like the basketball. They're the baseball. They're the bat. They're the ones who make the games go. You don't touch your cards aside from like looking at them. That's it. Then you just touch your chips. So it's very intimidating. And
are the people who are veterans, are those guys like just degenerates who are poor, or are they actually like
no, I'm sure
like
a lot of them make money. There's people who make a living off of going to the casino and playing against people like me, and not even people like me, people who are even less experienced than me. Like there are people who go to hotels that have casinos in them and then are just like on a trip with friends and like fuck it, I could go play $1,000 worth of poker. It's now that person's job to identify that person and then take that person's money.
Yeah.
Which is still not a shoo-in,
Right.
We should watch a movie, Rounders. It's a great movie.
Rounders. What is that
It's a
about?
poker movie with Brad Pitt and not Brad Pitt, with Edward Norton and Matt Damon
Oh, okay.
and John Malkovich.
Mm.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite poker movie.
Okay.
And
Oh, look at Ed Norton.
yeah, he's so young. Look at how young they are. And then look at on the right.
Damn, Matt Damon.
Yeah.
That's like
So
Good Will
young.
Hunting, Matt Damon.
Yeah, very 1998. But basically it's just like he's not a Harvard law student. He's like a New York law student, and he's also like a great poker player. And just like it's a great movie. It captures pretty much how poker really is played while simultaneously being like a great fucking movie.
Right.
But yeah, like just
and it's still
swings,
played
like,
this way.
Exactly. And bad players beat good players all the time. Like, it's like you can't control sometimes when you you can just go on a street.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that shit?
Random.
Get it out of my fucking screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, he's so young in this movie.
Damn. That guy is handsome.
Yeah. He's
Matt
so
Damon.
such a fucking stud. Not a homo, dude. That's a handsome man.
True.
If Matt Damon was like came out to the closet to you and just you and he tried to fuck you, you'd be like, well, Matt,
Let's weigh out our options, Matt.
let's think of you. I mean, if it's all we got, it's all we got.
I mean, I'll take a kiss on the lips.
You can suck my
Oh, man. Getting this silly this episode.
Yeah, the boys are silly.
Dude, we didn't even talk about our bets.
Yeah, I know.
Which was like the craziest thing. We were like so ready to talk about
we were
them the
like,
whole
this is going to be great to talk about.
It's so wild.
So since I don't think it's since the last time we recorded, but maybe no, it might have been since the last time we recorded. Gambling's been legal.
Yeah.
in
I
New
think
York?
so. It's been like very short.
Yeah, it's been very short.
When we
And-
went to the Knicks game.
Yeah, we went the
was
weekend
like
before that,
just then.
and we went on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, dude. The boys have been hot.
Yeah. I've spent like maybe $25, 35 I think.
Mhm.
And now I got like $500. It's so stupid.
It's so free. It's hilarious.
But I know
Well, no, the bets aren't free. The bets we hit weren't free.
no, the Charlotte versus
Yeah,
the
so-
Celtics. I was
so-
like,
but-
they're the underdogs, but they have a better record.
And it's so funny. None of this would have happened if you wouldn't have messaged the FanDuel chat.
Mhm.
Like you getting us because they didn't give us the free plays at first.
Oh yeah.
had to message them.
I went on support and I was like, hi, can I please get the
Yeah, you had to
$100?
get the $100
It's $100. Are you kidding me? I'm
Fuck
not
yeah, I'm
gonna-
gonna message them.
Yeah.
Well, you did. I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
But we both bet it. I saw you bet it on.
I'm
Charlotte.
also my dad always has me like calling customer service people because he can't speak English that great. So I'm just like totally. I'm like, all right, I guess I
you're
gotta
used to it at
contact
this
these
point.
people. Yeah.
Keep going. Hold on. I want to tell the people I'm gonna be a little bit late to the game.
Oh yeah, sounds good. So what? So I messaged the person. I get $100. So now I've been playing spreads the whole week. Just like I go and I see who's up, who has which team has more wins by like 4 or more wins. I saw a Reddit post.
Right,
I've been
right,
like
right.
doing a ton of research. Like a degenerate.
Yo, you should give me the picks next time. You're like, you can.
Yeah.
I will. Leandro, I swear to God, not to cut you off. Next time you have a pick that you think is like good, please message me.
It's all luck, dude.
I know it's all luck. I'm just
like,
saying, but if you have something that you think, I'm still a degenerate to the point where like if you have,
if I tell you something, I'm like,
I'm
yo,
gonna
do
be like,
this.
that's enough for me to bet it.
Yeah.
Max Preston literally messaged us in our basketball chat three parlay pick, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, I just threw $50 on it for no reason. So it's like,
It's so funny. So I've been doing spread bets where like the team that has like 4+ wins over the other team, and the spread is like 5 points or less, right? Like they have to win by 5 points or more.
right,
I'll bet on those, but I use units, so it's like
right. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
I know how units work.
right. So I'll just do like I've been doing like 4 units a day tops. And then somehow I've just broken even, so all the bet money has turned into real money. And then, so now I have $100 actual dollars, and then you got me the DraftKings account, and then I had to talk to customer service for that because I'm an idiot. And I was like, so I made the account, and it was like $5 bet for NFL to get $280 in bets.
Right.
And so I only got $5, and then I was like, oh shit, I need to get 100 for the thing, so I got another 95. And then that's what fucked up
Right.
because I needed to just put in 100 to get the I think it was like 100 back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I complained to customer service again. They helped us out.
How's it down?
Yeah, shout out to DraftKings, I guess.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Fuck them though.
Yeah. And so they gave us 100. Threw 100 on the fucking Charlotte Bobcats.
Charlotte Bobcats. You need the Hornets.
The Charlotte Hornet. Jesus Christ.
It was like the 2012.
Yeah, I'm living in 2012. The Charlotte Hornets. Threw 100 on the Charlotte Hornets and won 135 back. And then you went crazy.
Yes, so I also took the 100 and bet on the Hornets.
Yeah.
Also, only because you told me to. I was like, fuck it, I'll throw it. I don't
Yeah.
care. And so I did that. And then the moment the game ended, mind you, I'm laying in bed with Kat watching Game of Thrones. Like, there's nothing, not watching.
You're not watching any
I
basketball.
didn't watch a second of the Hornets game either. Like, I was just waiting for it to end. I didn't care what happened.
I watched Terry Rozier. He hit a dagger, and I was like,
That's
"Yo,
nice. Great
God
feeling.
bless, God
Yeah.
bless."
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
But having said that, I was like, okay, cool. I won 135. And my gambling brain is so broken that like I know I bet $100 of money I didn't have, but I only collected 135. So my brain is so broken that I think that I only won $35.
Wow.
I'm like, fuck it. I only won like $35 because like I bet 100 and won 135.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. I didn't even think about live betting. I was like just scrolling through and I just saw Houston down 5 at half against Utah. And I looked at the stats and I was like, okay, that makes sense. If Donovan Mitchell's playing, he wasn't playing. And I was like, plus 650 is nice. So 135 to pay 1,020, I think it was. It like was ended up hitting.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of the game.
Yeah.
I put it on for the start of the fourth quarter, and the first play was Jay Sean Tate on the Rockets drilling a three. Good enough for me. Turned it off. Kept watching Game of Thrones, like holding cat, like refreshing the score. We're like,
It's
okay,
so funny.
this is great.
This is crazy.
And then that shit hit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I think I won $1,000. It's nice.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Shane, by the way, has been posting so many bets, and I love it.
He's a fucking gambler. I loved it because I was looking at one and it was like the Eagles beat the Bucks. His bet was the Eagles beat the Bucks, and it was parlayed with like somebody scoring a touchdown or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at the fucking game, and the Bucks destroyed the Eagles.
Yeah,
and I almost wanted to DM him and be like, "Oof."
Well, dude, bro, that one was really bad. I almost tailed him because the two bets prior to that were they hit. He had a 3-way parlay that hit, and then I forgot what the other one that hit was, but he was like kind of on fire at first, and then the Eagles got shredded.
Yeah.
And then he had another bet with the over where I think it was for the Steelers and Chiefs game, where he had 3 out of 4 of the parlays hit, 3 out of 4 of the legs of the parlay hit, and he needed the over to hit, and he posted a story. He's like, the over will hit, and it never fucking
He's such a DJ.
Yeah, I love it.
That's so funny.
Gambling is great, man.
Yeah. I mean, once
if you can control yourself.
Yeah, because you were also the other thing was it was like spread the love or whatever. So I got a bunch of extra money, and then it was like so they gave us free money basically, and I had like 30 extra bucks above the 100 that I got to start. So I was going to bed and I was just like, all right, whatever. Indiana's down by 4 and it's like 7 minutes to halftime. I'm like, well, they're only down by 4. Let me just throw 30 bucks in there, see what happens. And it was like 400 bucks back. I was like, holy shit. Well, so we're just a couple of gambling men.
We'll let you know when we lose it all next week.
Yeah, next week will be a lot more somber.
It's gonna be so sad. We're gonna not want to talk to each other. It's gonna be a 21-minute bye.
Why did you tell me to bet on that? It's so funny. All right, nice. Well, good show. You want to call it?
Yeah, let's call it.
All right. Peace out, fellas.